I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Some being incompetent, mental health is confidence, the streams and some modestness. I'm not here to say the way, but that's really difficult. I'm not playing me in mind games, but instead of say something not illogical, something that is topical. Run it on logical, make yourself unstoppable. Prove you're irresponsible, nothing always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind, I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. I'm vacant, I'm a kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
lives on. Danny Glover became famous as Roger Murtaugh in Lethal Weapon. Back then, he was the older, wiser partner who always said he was too old for this. Now, Danny Glover is in his late 70s and remains deeply respected. Gary Busey appeared in action films like Lethal Weapon, Point Break, and Under Siege. Back then, he brought wild intensity and unpredictable energy. Now, he is in his 80s and still remembered for his explosive screen presence. Michael Biehn became an 80s action favorite through The Terminator, Aliens, and The Abyss. Back then, he often played brave, loyal, desperate heroes. Now he is in his 60s and still loved by sci-fi and action fans. Bill Paxton appeared in Aliens, True Lies, Predator 2, and Twister. Back then, he brought humor, fear, and humanity to action roles. He passed away in 2017, but fans still remember his unforgettable energy. Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed in Rocky and Dylan in Predator. Back then, he had strength, confidence, and charisma. He later became loved by a new generation through The Mandalorian. Carl Weathers passed away in 2024, leaving behind a powerful legacy. Jesse Ventura moved from wrestling to action cinema with films like Predator and The Running Man. Back then, his size and personality made him impossible to miss. Now, he is in his 70s and remains a pop culture figure. Mr. T became famous through Rocky III and The A-Team. Back then, he was larger than life, with a unique look, powerful attitude, and unforgettable voice. Now, he is in his 70s and still remembered as one of the most iconic personalities of 80s action entertainment. Burt Reynolds brought action, comedy, and charm together in films like Smokey and The Bandit. Back then, he was one of Hollywood's biggest stars. He passed away in 2018, but his cool screen presence remains iconic. Rutger Hauer gave unforgettable performances in Blade Runner, The Hitcher, and many action thrillers. Back then, he was intense, mysterious, and dangerous. He passed away in 2019, but his screen presence remains powerful. Christopher Lambert became famous through Highlander. Back then, he played the immortal warrior, Connor MacLeod, a role that made him a cult action figure. Now, Christopher Lambert is in his 60s and still connected forever to that legendary fantasy action world. Mark Dacascos became known for martial arts action and later appeared in John Wick, Chapter 3. Back then, he was fast, graceful, and intense. Now he is in his 60s and remains respected among martial arts fans. Don the Dragon Wilson was a real kickboxing champion who became an action star. Back then, he appeared in many martial arts films. Now, he is in his 70s and remembered by fans of classic martial arts cinema. Lorenzo Lamas became known through action television and films like Renegade. Back then, he represented that 90s action TV style, motorcycles, danger, and tough guy attitude. Now, he is in his 60s and remains a familiar face to action fans. David Hasselhoff became famous in action television through Knight Rider and Baywatch. Back then, he was Michael Knight, driving the futuristic car, KITT, and later became a global TV star. Now, he is in his 70s and remains a pop culture icon. Danny Trejo became one of Hollywood's most recognizable tough guys. Back then, he often played criminals, fighters, and dangerous men. Later, Machete turned him into a full-action lead. Now, Danny Trejo is in his 80s and loved by fans around the world. Now let's talk about female action legends. Michelle Yeoh is one of the greatest female action stars ever. Back then, she performed incredible stunt work in Hong Kong cinema and later starred in Tomorrow Never Dies and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Now in her 60s, she is an Oscar-winning global legend. Sigourney Weaver changed action cinema forever as Ellen Ripley in Alien and Aliens. Back then, she proved that a female action hero could be strong, smart, emotional, and unforgettable. Now, in her 70s, Sigourney Weaver remains one of the most important women in action and sci-fi history. Linda Hamilton became legendary as Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. Back then, her transformation shocked audiences. She went from survivor to warrior. Now, Linda Hamilton is in her 60s and still remembered as one of the toughest women in action cinema. Pam Grier was one of the original female action stars. Back then, films like Foxy Brown and Coffee made her a trailblazer. Now, in her 70s, Pam Grier is respected as a true pioneer. Cynthia Rothrock became a martial arts queen of action cinema. Back then, she starred in many Hong Kong and American action films, showing real skill and speed. Now she's in her 60s and remains respected in martial arts communities. Brigitte Nielsen appeared in Red Sonja, Rocky IV, and Cobra. Back then, she had a tall, striking, powerful screen image. Now she is in her 60s and still remembered as one of the bold faces of 80s action cinema. Sharon Stone brought action and thriller energy in films like Total Recall, The Specialist, and Basic Instinct. Back then, she was glamorous, dangerous, and unforgettable. Now she's in her 60s and remains a Hollywood icon. Gina Davis surprised audiences with her fierce performance in The Long Kiss Goodnight. Back then, she showed that she could handle comedy, drama, and serious action. Now she is in her 60s and respected as both an actor and advocate. Jamie Lee Curtis became a survival icon through Halloween and later brought action comedy energy to True Lies. Back then, she was the ultimate final girl and later a fearless action partner. Now, in her 60s, she is an Oscar winner and still beloved. Helen Mirren became an unexpected action favorite through Red and the Fast and Furious franchise. Back then, she was already a respected dramatic actor. Now, in her 80s, she proves that action presence has no age limit. Now let's move to martial arts and international action legends. Sammo Hung is a martial arts master, actor, director, and action choreographer. Back then, he helped shape Hong Kong action cinema with his speed, comedy, and creativity. Now, he is in his 70s and respected as one of the great architects of martial arts movies. Yuen Biao was known for his acrobatic style and collaborations with Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung. Back then, he brought incredible movement and stunt ability to the screen. Now, he remains a legend among martial arts fans. Jet Li became famous through Once Upon a Time in China, Fist of Legend, Lethal Weapon 4, Romeo Must Die, and The Expendables. Back then, his speed and elegance made him one of the greatest martial arts stars in the world. Now, Jet Li is in his 60s and remains a global action icon. Chow Yun-fat became famous through heroic bloodshed films like A Better Tomorrow, The Killer, and Hard Boiled. Back then, he made gun action look stylish and emotional. Now, he is in his 60s and remains one of Asia's most respected stars. Donnie Yen became internationally famous through Ip Man, Rogue One, and John Wick Chapter 4. Back then, he was already a respected martial artist and actor. Now, in his 60s, Donnie Yen is still active and still one of the best screen fighters in the world. Hiroyuki Sanada has appeared in The Last Samurai, The Wolverine, Mortal Kombat, John Wick, Chapter 4, and Shogun. Back then, he built a long career in Japanese cinema. Now, in his 60s, he is internationally respected for elegance, discipline, and powerful screen presence. Sonny Chiba was one of the original martial arts legends. Back then, he starred in The Street Fighter and inspired generations of action fans. He passed away in 2021, but his influence is still felt. Now let's continue with more Hollywood action names. Kiefer Sutherland became known for action thrillers, and especially 24. Back then, Jack Bauer was intense, desperate, and always under pressure. Now, Kiefer is in his 60s and still remembered as one of television's strongest action leads. Kevin Costner starred in action and adventure films like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Waterworld, The Bodyguard, and later Western-style stories like Yellowstone. Now, he is in his 70s and remains a major screen figure. Dennis Quaid appeared in adventure, disaster, and action films like Inner Space, Dragonheart, and The Day After Tomorrow. Back then, he brought charm and energy. Now, he is in his 70s and still active. John Travolta became a major action thriller named through Face/Off, Broken Arrow, and Swordfish. Back then, he mixed style, danger, and unpredictability. Now, he is in his 70s and still remembered for some unforgettable villain and anti-hero roles. Tommy Lee Jones brought tough authority to films like The Fugitive, Men in Black, Under Siege, and No Country for Old Men. Back then, he was sharp, dry, and commanding. Now, in his 70s, he remains one of the great tough guy actors. Michael Douglas brought action thriller energy in Romancing the Stone, Black Rain, and The Game. Back then, he combined intelligence, charm, and danger. Now, he is in his 80s and remains a respected Hollywood veteran. Al Pacino is more known for drama and crime films, but his intensity in Scarface, Heat, and Carlito's Way made him part of action thriller history. Now, in his 80s, he remains one of cinema's greatest performers. Robert De Niro also brought action energy through Heat, Ronin, Cape Fear, and many crime thrillers. Back then, he was intense, controlled, and dangerous. Now, in his 80s, he is still a Hollywood giant. Peter Weller became immortal as the original RoboCop. Back then, he played a machine with a human soul, creating one of the most iconic action characters of the 80s. Now, he's in his 70s and remains a cult favorite. Robert Patrick became unforgettable as the T-1000 in Terminator 2. Back then, he was cold, silent, and terrifying. Now, in his 60s, Robert Patrick is still active and still remembered as one of action cinema's greatest villains. Lance Henriksen appeared in Aliens, Hard Target, and many action horror films. Back then, he brought intensity and mystery to every role. Now, he's in his 80s and remains a cult legend. Clancy Brown became known for tough villain roles in Highlander, Starship Troopers, and many animated and live-action projects. Now, he's in his 60s and still has one of the most powerful voices in entertainment. Ron Perlman became famous through Hellboy, Blade 2, and many rugged action roles. Back then, he had a unique face, deep voice, and strong presence. Now, he is in his 70s and remains a fan favorite. Michael Madsen became known for crime action films like Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill, and many gritty thrillers. Back then, he was cool, dangerous, Liam Cunningham became known to many fans through fantasy action in Game of Thrones. Back then, he built a career in film and television. Now, he is in his 60s and remains respected. Kurtwood Smith became unforgettable as the villain in RoboCop. Back then, he was brutal, cruel, and memorable. Now, he is in his 80s and still recognized by fans. And finally, we cannot forget the action stars who may not always be the main heroes, but made the movies stronger. The villains, partners, commanders, soldiers, mentors, and tough side characters. These are the people who made action movies feel big. They made the heroes look stronger. They made the villains more dangerous. They made the missions feel impossible. And they gave us scenes we still remember decades later. Looking at these action stars then and now is more than just comparing old photos with new photos. It is a journey through cinema history. These actors gave us impossible missions, brutal fights, car chases, explosions, martial arts battles, Western showdowns, spy adventures, war stories, revenge missions, and emotional comeback stories. Some were bodybuilders, some were martial artists, some were dramatic actors who became action heroes later in life. Some played heroes, some played villains, some became global superstars, some chose quieter lives away from fame, and some left us too soon. But all of them helped shape the action movies we remember. From Arnold's Terminator to Stallone's Rambo. From Jackie Chan's real stunts to Bruce Willis's John McClane. From Tom Cruise's impossible missions to Keanu Reeves's John Wick. From Michelle Yeoh's elegance to Sigourney Weaver's strength. Every star on this list left a mark. The faces have changed, the years have passed. The movie posters may look old now, but the impact remains. Because action legends do not fade away easily. Which action star is your favorite? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Jackie Chan, Bruce Willis, Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, Michelle Yeoh, or someone else? Tell us in the comments. And if you enjoyed this then and now journey, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more legendary transformations. Because some stars age, but legends become history.